Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Reflect and Revive. I trust and hope and pray you're doing well. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the devotion for this morning, and that's the thought of realigning your mind. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 22, it says this. It says, "You were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds." See, in life, a lot of times we do a lot of training. We train our bodies to stay fit. If we're going to do a marathon, you train for that marathon. We can train ourselves to stop bad habits if there's something that we're doing. But we can also train ourselves in the way that we think in our minds. By doing this, we think about what we're thinking about. Yes, you can actually do that. To train yourself to think about what you're thinking about. In Philippians 4 and 8, it says this. It tells us to choose whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about these things. And I asked myself this question and said, if I was going to try to go from one destination to another, if I was going to get in my car and go somewhere, if I was going to jump on a train and go somewhere, or jump on an airplane and go somewhere, I wouldn't just get on that train, or I wouldn't just get on the airplane if I didn't know where it was going. A lot of times we have this train of thought. And I heard it once basically kind of challenge and say, before you jump on a train of thought, or before you allow yourself to even start going somewhere, figure out where the end destination is. And so that can be the same thing for our thoughts. Don't let your mind get set on something, and it's something you start thinking about unless you know what the end result is, where the final destination of that thought is going to lead you. So if it's something that could seem harmless at the moment, but the more you think on it, and the more you stew, and the more you allow it to go through and cycle through in your mind, it's going to cause you to be bitter or angry. Just jump off that train of thought and say, no, I'm not going to let my mind go there, because it's going to take me to a place I don't want to be. In Romans chapter 12, it talks about this. It says, "Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way that you think." Now think about that. All right, God can transform you into a new person by changing the way that you think. And then it says this. It says, "Then you will learn to know what God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect." So, it all starts with the way that you think. The devil is just so crafty. He's well aware that people, a lot of times, we don't think about what we're thinking about. And he knows that a lot of times we will believe any lie that is thrown our way. We'll allow it to get stuck up here, and then we'll just kind of run with it. So we want to commit to retraining your mind and allowing your thoughts to line up with God's thoughts. When you think about what you're thinking about, test it. All right, learn to discern God's voice over all others. The other voices that are going on in your life, and then consciously you have to be intentional and conscious. Choose to believe God's word. Simply put, learn God's thoughts. And make them yours. So learn God's thoughts about you, learn God's thoughts about other people, and just learn God's thoughts overall and make them yours. This is the process of renewing your mind, and the result is living and having more freedom. So may we be grateful, God, that you defeated the deceiver. We know that, and that God is we're celebrating that this weekend, Easter weekend. That he was hung on the cross, but then he rose on the third day, and so in doing so, he defeated death, hell, the grave. And so we look at this and say he defeated the deceiver. He defeated the one who's feeding us those lines. So maybe we be grateful for that, that God defeated the deceiver, and that God always, just ask God to always align your thoughts and help us to align our thoughts with him. I hope this has been a source of encouragement for you. I pray you have a great day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Sunday and celebrating the resurrection of our Christ. Have a great day, and God bless.